Hey, and in this video, I'm going to be going over the 8 reasons why dice rolls are not the reason why you're losing your 40k games. Now on the Academy, we have a huge amount of students from all over the world playing all different types of armies. And one of the biggest comments that we get when people first join the Academy is that they're struggling to win games often because of dice rolls. Now, dice are massively important in the game of 40k, and I can tell you, as somebody that is notorious for rolling extremely badly, especially if you've watched any of our live streams on a Tuesday, you will know that my dice rolls maybe aren't quite that great. Now, it's actually those dice rolls and those learning points. Every time I failed, I've actually learned to become a better player, and it's those failed dice rolls which have really helped me become the player I am today. So when it comes to using dice, one of the most important things about the game of 40k is actually winning the mission. Now, winning the mission revolves around holding the primary and also scoring secondary objectives. Now, no dice rolls are required whatsoever when it comes to holding the primary, because you can use so many other tactics like movement, using terrain, positioning, all those different elements to make sure that you can hold those objectives. So again, using dice rolls as an example as to why you're losing the primary isn't necessary. And again, we can learn from that in terms of a tactical play to make sure that you're getting more value from your armies and actually, taking dice out of the equation. The next one is that the movement phase rarely requires any dice rolls. And actually it's the movement phase that most players will tell you that win games. The movement phase really is the most important phase of the game. That is immensely important, and the only times a movement roll is ever needed is for an advance roll. And they're so few and far between that actually they never really are that significant to be the difference between winning and losing. The next one is secondaries, performing secondaries, getting those secondary objective missions. For example, engage in all fronts where you need to have a unit wholly inside a quarter completely relies around movement, positioning of those models. It has nothing to do whatsoever with dice rolls. One of the next aspects of dice rolls is that you can often use your intent to make sure that you get rid of all those failure points. Understanding and knowing the limitations and the expectations that you actually have on those dice rolls are really, really important. So for example, a great player will tell their opponent in the movement phase, I'm moving within 3 inches of your unit that I want to charge. The reason why they're moving within 3 is so even if they roll a double 1 on the dice, they still make a successful charge. So they're making this thought process in the movement phase, I'm within 3. It's all about understanding how do we completely eradicate dice rolls from the equation. Or knowing, okay, if I make this charge, this is really important. This is a luxury if I make it, but it's not a necessity because I might not make it. You always need to play based on not making dice rolls rather than actually being successful with them. And then the final one is over expecting or having too much expectations from your units and your dice rolls. So make sure your target priority is correct. Having experience, Math Hammer is important and can be used, but you always want to be on the side of caution because it never will perform exactly how you want it to. And if you consistently go for what's slightly shy of the average, then you'll choose much better targets and get much better success rate when you're trying to destroy your opponent. So I hope this video helped. Don't blame the dice rolls too much. Have a laugh with it as best as you can and keep enjoying the game of 40k.